Should you scout for Summer Cynthia and the hardest ever Pokemon to obtain? Or maybe not. Are they any good? Guys, Summer Cynthia has been long requested by a lot of people. And now she's here. Her outfit is really nice. Some people complaining she's not in a bikini. You know, DNA could care less. People will scout for this sync pair anyway. And then this is a kid's game in some way. So you're not gonna get a lot of fan service. But then I like her outfit. And yeah, she is finally here. And I can see a lot of people going to scout for this sync pair. But, you know, are you gonna scout? Let me know. Because bait month is next month. Although we're getting some bait units even before bait month shake my head, which I have already made videos of them. If you haven't seen them, links will be down in the description. And this is a support sync pair with an EX roll of field. And that means by EX rolling her and giving her the EX roll, or rather by giving her 6-star EX and her EX roll, you get yourself a double sync buff plus a water rain, basically extended rain. So what does she have to offer? This is a water type sync pair, yes, rain. And in terms of defenses, 236 defense and special defense. I am surprised that as a support sync pair, you know, Arcsuit Silver Ho has way more defenses than this sync pair. Arcsuit Silver has 300 something defense. This sync pair has only 236. In fact, I think Arcsuit Silver's stats overall are kind of higher or not. Let's take a quick look at what Arcsuit Silver's stats are. 719 HP, 354 attack, 329 special attack. Every single stat of Arcsuit Silver is higher than, you know, than Cynthia. But people still gonna sim for Cynthia, even though. So even by EX rolling her, your stats do not exactly go, well, her speed stat I think goes higher than Arcsuit Silver, but still, Arcsuit Silver is much better in terms of stats. But let's take a look at what she is capable of. So, Becalming Beauty. When you are affected by a status condition, SAS, your defense and special defense increase 50%. So maybe that's why. So what is a 50% increase in defense and special defense? Let's take a look at a calculator right now. 236 times 1.5. 354 defense. If you have her EX rolled and 6-star EX, 236 plus 40 plus 20, 296 times 1.5, 444 defense and special defense. So maybe that's the reason why her defense stats are really low. Because her defense stats can go all the way up to 444 when you are inflicted by a status condition. Prevents the user from damage due to being burned. So that means that she has to give herself some sort of burn effect and you will not be damaged from the burn, except in certain circumstances, removes all status conditions from the user and fully restores its HP just before it faints the first time each battle while it is afflicted by a status condition. So, basically, you get a free endure effect in some way. Not really an endure effect, but if you are affected by a status condition and the opponent takes you down to 0 HP, you'll recover instantly all HP as well as all status conditions. Basically, Phoenix Pinion from I think that's a Phoenix Pinion. From Final Fantasy games or a full restore with a revive, max revive, something like that for Pokemon. Memories of Andela. Applies the damage guard next effect to the user when it uses Sinnoh Solidarity. Applies the take next all move effect to the user when it uses Sinnoh Solidarity. So, you get to take all damage from the opponent and you get yourself damage guard next effect. You know, I always wanted to try this with Signasu Giovanni alt, but I always get lazy and I never was able to try this out myself. You know, our Signasu Giovanni can receive all damage from the opponent, and then by using max guard on him, you can not receive a single damage from the opponent's normal attack damage. But in terms of Sing move, you will receive all the damage from every single one of your allies. But by getting the damage guard next effect, you will only receive 50% damage. So, yeah. And then you have debut Sinnoh Circle Defense or Sinnoh Defensive Circle. On field at the start of the battle, you get to apply Sinnoh Defensive Circle. Alright. Now, Water Gun is your attacks. Sinnoh Solidarity, again, give yourself physical moves up next effect, special moves up next effect, Defensive Circle, powers up your attacks, powers up your Sing moves, reduces the damage you receive from the opponent from normal attack and Sing move, with a maximum power up of 20% and a maximum damage reduction of 25%. The more Sinnoh Sing pairs are in your team. You have buddy move. This will only affect or this will only be active when you are affected by a status condition. How do you give yourself a status condition? By using your trainer move, Let's Relax. Raises everyone's defense and special defense by 4. Applies gradual healing effect to all. And burns you up. What the heck? You relax, you get burned. So very sus. I don't know. She has relaxed way too much, forgot her sunscreen, and now she has sunburn. So, she likes getting sunburned because when you get sunburned, you get more defense. You get to protect. You don't feel anything from your sunburn. You're immune to sunburn. And then when, again, you get destroyed from the opponent, when you have your burn condition, you will remove all status conditions. You get an instant max revive. So, you want sunburn. Or you want burn. And so what does this do? Peak Summer Muddy Water. You can use this an unlimited number of times with 2 move gauges. You get to lower the opponent's accuracy -1. You get to raise 1 random stat of all allied Sing pairs, whether it's attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. And that's that. That's Peak Summer Muddy Water. And again, with your EX roll, you get to bring in Rain. Plus your normal 6-star EX, giving you a double Sing buff. And that is our, Summer Cynthia with Peak Summer, which peaks Sunburn as well. Now, let's take a look at her in-depth kit. Starting off with her exclusive Lucky Cookie, which is Guarded Entry 1, raises your defense and special defense +1 at the start of the battle. I'd rather get Let's Relax MP Refresh if there is one. Let's just take a look. 1 out of 5, we got Clear-Headed. 2 out of 5, we got Circle HP Recovery. You already got a Regen effect. This will give you an extra recovery. Circle Move Gauge Acceleration. Peak Summer Muddy Water Move Gauge Refresh. Quick Cure removes Flinching Confused Trap. I'm glad that this does not remove the burn condition. Racing Rain 2, Refreshing Rain 1, extra healing. Team Hit Me Up 9. When you get hit by the opponent's attack, you get to raise attack, defense, special defense, or speed for all allied Sing pairs. Water Gun, Move Gauge Refresh 3. 3 out of 5 got Burn the Hit. move gauge up to 9. When you are burned and you get hit by the opponent, you'll charge your move gauge plus 2. Okay, entry team evasiveness up 2 to raise everyone's evasiveness. Nice. Focus group 9. Whenever you hit the opponent or you attack the opponent, you raise everyone's critical hit rate plus 1. Good, because this sync pair, I do not see any other critical hit raising. A sync move team physical and special boost up 1, 9. I'm not exactly a huge fan of things that only raise once. Is it? No. It's all the time you use your sync move, you get to raise everyone's physical moves up next effect and special moves up next effect plus 1. 40% increase. Sinnoh Circle Extension. Extending 30%. This is nice. Sinnoh Solidarity Initial Propulsion 1 when you Sinnoh Circle for the very first, or Sinnoh Solidarity for the very first time. You get to lower your sync move countdown -1. You have Vigilance and Water Gun Staggering 2 for a 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. You have a choice. Flinching the opponent 30% or lowering the opponent's accuracy, raising every single one of your stats. Rather, random stat plus 1 when you use your buddy move and hit every single opponent, or chance for flinching. Now, I did not see any MP refresh for Let's Relax. I guess she does not want to get double sunburn. So I guess that's the maximum you can raise your defense and special defense to +4 only. And if you get the guarded entry 1, you can get to an extra +1 defense and special defense. Or, you know, just use your buddy move. And then your buddy move can raise your defense and special defense anyway randomly. So you can just use that. And guys, that's that. This is that sync pair. Again, the stats don't really matter. Just get burned. And when you are burned, your defense and special defense will go up really, really high. And then, again, you want to get burned so that you get that max revive effect. And then when you Sinnoh Solidarity, your defenses are high, very high. You get a damage guard next effect. You get to receive all damage from the opponent. Plus, Sinnoh Solidarity will also lower the damage. So unless the opponent lands a critical hit, the damage will be reduced. I think it does not matter if the opponent lands a critical hit or not. The damage will be reduced. And then at the start of the battle, you already gain that Sinnoh defensive circle on the allied field of play anyway. So you're gonna be quite tanky. And you're gonna recover quite some HP with your gradual healing, with your rain, with your circle HP recovery. So I think this is gonna be a very, very tanky sync pair. So did DNA design her right? I think her kit is really nice. I think people are gonna scout this sync pair is really nice. Rating, I do not know. Probably an 8.5 will be nice for this sync pair. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me if you're scouting or not. But that is our analysis for Summer Cynthia. Nice take all and damage guard next effect, plus a lot of other things. Weird that by relaxing you get burned. I find that funny. But anyway, thank you to my mystery coffee supporter. If you want to join my supporters over at Coffee and help me out with resetting my life, which I'm serious about, coffee.com/SPLgum is the way to go. And thank you once again to all the members of my channel for your continued support and generosity. Despite my inconsistent and messed up life. More expenses coming up soon in my life, and I'm kind of frustrated because I need to take a certification course, which was completely out of schedule. But I am happy that my visa for my animal flow training is finally approved. If you live in the Queensland area, I will be going to Gympie on August. And if you want to meet me there, let me know. And maybe I'll see you. Hopefully. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Rawr.